Hi guys, Jay Smith here, welcome to AskGolfNut channel and welcome to TaylorMade P790, the newest version, the 2023 model against the brand new Ping i530. I've already done a full review of the i530 and also of the P790, and when it comes to the individual parts of the video, you'll be able to see a little card will go up there for the individual reviews if you want to see the full in-depth tech, etc. for all of them. We have got two very similar irons. They're both in the player's distance category. They are similarly lofted, 30.5 degrees for a 7-iron in the P790 against 29 degrees in the Ping. So we do have a bit more of a stronger option in the Ping, 1.5 degrees stronger. Very quickly, in the TaylorMade P790, you have got speed foam, you have got tungsten, and you've got variable flighted CG. That basically means that the center of gravity in the 4-iron, say, is as low as it possibly can do, and then when it goes to the pitching wedge, it goes slightly higher up the face, so you don't need all the help getting the golf ball up in the air because you've got loads more loft. In the brand new Ping i530, you've got a forged steel face, C300, there you go, miraging steel face, in a stainless 17.4 body, hollow body design. Let's go get it on a green, let's go get it onto a hole, and let's go see if there's any difference in looks and feel before we go to the performance and the forgiveness differences between the brand new i530 against the P790. Simulator is now on. We have the P790 in our hands. We're at Potters Park Golf Course, hole 13. It's a par 3 of 175 yards, and we have a chasm to go over. So any golf ball that does not make that forced carry is going to go down in the chasm. P790 looks-wise, we have a fairly square, medium thickness top line. Sole thickness again is medium. We have that speed pocket that's milled into the bottom there. Blade lengths, again, not big, not small, they're medium. These kind of golf clubs are designed to appeal to as many kind of golfers as possible. Down by the golf ball, we have a nice looking iron, fairly square in its looks, but not massively big or massively small. That's just a decent hit. Down the left-hand side a little bit, but again, 175 yards, you would more than take it. Slopey green as well. Very slopey green. Wowzers. Path 0, face is basically 0, 3 mil low, 1 mil hill, decent strike. It feels very nice, punchy and quite clicky, but it is a nice solid hit. 35 yards in the air and 48 degrees descent angle. As you saw there, it just stops, and it will do coming in at that height. Now again, we are talking about 1.5 degrees difference in loft between these two. It is close enough that I will be able to match the lofts, so we can actually match apples for apples. What are the differences between these two irons? But that is a nice, solid, punchy feel. Now that's hugging the left-hand side a fraction more. But that is, what, fraction more, nearly missing the green. Oh, here we go. Is that very slopey green. This could take a week to stop. Yeah, that's not fair. Path 0.4 from the inside, face 1.2 closed, strike was good, 2 mil hill, 2 mil low. 36 yards in the air, 48 degrees descent angle. It's just good. That is a vicious green. So that was left slightly and finished right slightly by the time it's gone down the slope. But it's a really nice, solid, punchy feel that you're going to get from a P790. Works really well, it does. This is one of the leaders in the category of player's distance. If you go by sales, absolutely it's the leader. Again, is it performance driven? We'll have to look at that one. And later on, when it comes to going up against the i530, because that is the new kid on the block. Well, bit left, and a bit left. But still, absolutely you'd take it. Let's see if the green is vicious still and ends up at the front right. Daft. Club path and face to path was basically 0, 5 mil low and 2 mil toe, so decent strike. Can't complain with that whatsoever. 34 yards in the air, 47 degrees descent angle, as you saw, stops on the green and then allows the green just to take it wherever it wants to, because this is a vicious green. Would I play these? I prefer the P770. The P770's got a slightly nicer feel to it. Again, I'm a blade player, so I automatically gravitate to something that which feels a bit softer and such, so this feels a little bit punchy to me, but either going P7MC or P770 as a blended set would be what I would potentially choose. Let's go give it one more before we flick over to the i530. Oh, that's left. That's left, 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 and a bit left. They all hit the green, which is a win from 175. Absolutely it is. Anytime you're hitting the green from 175, you are winning. Absolutely. Well, how long is this going to take to stop? That's crazy. That really is. Path 0.8 across, face 0.2 closed. Yeah, that's why I could detect it was going slightly left. 2 mil hill, 0 mil high. So really good, solid, punchy strike. 37 yards in the air, 48.5 degrees descent angle. Again, that is stopping on the green, subject to what the green wants to do, because this is a ridiculous green, but it's going really, really well. P790 has always been a firm favourite for a lot of people. They've always improved it as time's gone on. I personally didn't like the 2021 one, so the 2023 when it came out, I just gravitated to straight away because it's just such a good baseline golf club. Right, let's go get the i530. Let's go give that one a whack, see into the same green. 1.5 degrees stronger lofted, so it'll be interesting to see what distance difference there is. And then we'll go do all the performance and forgiveness difference. Dataset's now changed. We are back now with the i530 in hand, and I would say if we go by the looks first between the i530 and P790, the top line thickness on the i530, if anything, is slightly thicker than that in the P790, but it's more chamfered, it's more rounded, and so you physically don't really see the true thickness of the top line. No different to the sole thickness. Actually, if you were to put a vernier on the two different, you'd say actually the P790 has got a slightly thinner sole than the slightly thicker sole of the i530, but the i530 has got that return chamfer on the back trailing edge. And then when it comes to blade lengths, they are basically identical between them. One thing I do like about the Ping is the white line-up line at the bottom. That last groove at the bottom there has been painted white. I do like that, and I will continue to like that in Ping. So down by the golf board is there. However, with the 17 trillion Micromax grooves that this club has got, you can hardly see that white line-up line, unfortunately. Let's go give it a hit. Can't complain on that one whatsoever. Absolutely can't. Just stop now, green. Please, stop. Stop. Club path was 0, face was baby open, that's all it was, and 1 mil high, 1 mil toe. Just a good hit. 38 yards in the air and nearly 50 degrees ascent angle, 179 yards. Feel-wise, actually, I prefer this to the P790. I prefer a slightly softer impact noise, thud. Now, I play blade, so I will always gravitate to something which is a little bit softer. Again, that's subjectivity at its highest. Some people care, some people don't. Some people like this, some people like something else. So again, it's just the difference between the two. It's not to say one is better or worse than the other. It's just that kind of solid, thuddy feeling rather than more of a crisper hit. Again, yeah, the i530, it's just such a really, really nice eye in the i530. Absolutely is. Path 0.3 across and 0.8 open, so little tiny baby fade. 0 mil toe, 1 mil low, so very good strike, and 38.2 yards in the air and nearly 50 degrees descent angle at 180. So performance is not an issue at all. This thing will really fire. Both of these will. There's no difference really between these, I would have thought, in how fast it is off the face. Any difference possibly might be how well it works from off centre hits, but again, we'll test that in a little bit just after hitting a few more shots of this. But the feel definitely is slightly more thuddy, a quieter hit if you want to, or at least a lower pitch hit than the more crisper strike of the P790. But again, if I had to choose, I would definitely choose i530 on the basis of that alone. It's just really, really nice. 0-0, just I saw that on quad. Sneaked a peek of that one just before it flicked over. Here we go, green. Path 0, face 0. It's been a while since you've seen a bunch of those. We have zeros across the board. Club path 0.0, face to path 0.0, vertical and horizontal strike 0-0. Full house. So actually, have we got a full house? So 0 path, 0 face, 0 lie, 0 horizontal impact, vertical impact, 0 spin axis, and 0 push pull. That is perfection from a point of view of a singular capture. A broken clock is right twice a day. Yeah, I would definitely say on that basis alone, again, that's a bit unfair because I didn't hit the P790 as good as I hit this one. But again, I'll hit it loads of times so we can get the, take the subjectivity out of it completely and work on objective numbers only. But again, you'd be hard pushed to say that the i530 is a bad club at all. Hey, there you go. I am not perfect. Path is good, core just. Face slightly open, and you want to see the strike on that. Nice and low on the face. Path is, yeah, very, very good, 0.0. Face was baby open, that's why I wanted to go to the right. And yes, that is 11 millimeters low. Fairly low on the face. So yes, it does feel slightly different when you hit it double digits low on the face, I won't lie. And it did do well. I mean, it's managed to get to the green. Again, if you were using bladed golf clubs and you hit something that low, it's a classic fuzz the fingers, and yes, it may definitely not get there. Let's go give these a whack a load of times. We're not just talking about the middle. Let's just try and do the matching of lofts the best we can do, so we can get an apples for apples understanding of how these two both work, and then we'll hit these across the face equal amount of times, hopefully from the same spot, and let's get an understanding of which one is more forgiving and works better than the other. Now, I've whacked them a load of times, lots, nearly 200 times between them, to get a good understanding of how these two golf clubs work. These are very, very close in their design. They are built, basically, the i530 is built to not necessarily beat a P790, because all manufacturers now are making the player's distance category so very good now that really it's now starting to blur into the game improvement side of things, and to a point where I think very, very soon you won't even need a game improvement sector because the player's distance are so forgiving. Right, so I've hit them a load of times on the screen. As you can see now, I've got the information for the P790 and also the i530. Ball data first, and then we'll go into the club head data. If you look at them, we've got a 0.1 of a mile an hour increase as such over the i530, the P790, 124.8 to 124.7. Yep, small amounts. Launch angle though, 18.4 against 19.2. So again, you're looking at the i530, how it works, even though it's slightly stronger lofted. And on this one, I have matched the lofts as best as I possibly can do. So we have a slightly increased launch of the i530 over the P790, and that's just how the head gears, etc. We have a slight spin change. We have a 5,400 to 5,000. So we've got a 400 spin difference between the two heads. And again, this is a typical thing that I'm finding with i530, how it delivers its dynamics of flight is there is a certain amount of gear into the head. The head, because the center of gravity is lower, it wants to launch the golf ball higher, but then will have a spin rate reduction. It's not a lot, it's 400 RPM, guys, and if you wanted to get, again, that spin rate up, you can just go to a different golf ball. I play a relatively low spin golf ball, and so yeah, you can change that without no problem whatsoever. 181 yards to 183. There's a 2-yard gain when it comes to an i530. That is coming from the slightly increase in launch angle and also the slight reduction in spin. We are going 37 yards in the air to 38 yards in the air, so really with very small amounts, they're both exactly the same, and 48.3 to 48.5. So if you were just looking on pure distance and you want the extra 2 yards, the i530 gives you a couple of extra yards. We look at the clubhead speed now, 90.8 to 90.9, so I was 1 of a mile an hour faster with the i530. Within half a degree of attack angle, and then club paths within 0.1 of a degree, face to path is around about half a degree difference, that's it. But dynamic loft, the most important thing, how much deflection you're going to get from dynamic loft, 24.8 to 24.8, no difference whatsoever. So we are literally doing apples for apples testing. 4 mil toe to 3 mil low and 2 mil toe to 1 mil low, a very small amount of strike. And again, you've got standard deviation on there for all to see. Right, let's go see how well it works from off center strikes. First of all, we need to find out how well it works on the absolute middle within reason. So I've got a P790 here first, maxed out 2 mil high, 2 mil toe. Again, it's very small amounts, but 1.39. It has got 23.9 degrees of loft, we will say. So again, we have to put that into the equation. We've got one here for the i530, it's 1.38. It's a more center strike by a couple of mil, that's it. and it has got 1 degree more loft. So if you were to go get the P790 and add a degree to it, the chances are that 1.39 may well turn very close to a 1.38. If you had to push me between the two, I would say possibly the P790 has got a fractionally faster face, but it is fractionally, as in fractions. If we go heel, so we've got a P790 here, 11mm heel, 3mm low, so 14mm gross off the heel, and path and face are very 0-0. It is slightly closed, 0.8 of a degree closed, and 25.5 degrees of loft, so 1.35, not bad whatsoever. If we then go to an i530, 11mm heel, 2mm low, so within a couple of mil, or 1mm exactly the right same strike, and again we're looking at the face differences. This is slightly open, as where the P790 was slightly closed. And then the i525 has got 1 degree or so less loft than the P790. So one hand giveth, the other taketh away, and we have a 0.01 win on efficiency. Again, if you were to do the change of everything, I think within reason they are basically exactly the same. But again, if you had to push me for a winner on the heels, it would be the most ridiculous marginal win to i530. So low on the face, we've got P790 here, 10mm low, 0mm toe, so just low on the face, 10mm, double digits, not great. 0.3 from the inside and 1.4 open and 26.5 degrees of loft. So we've got slightly more loft on here. Efficiency, 1.32. Go over to a i530, we have got 11mm low. Face slightly open and 25.5 to 26.5, so we do have a slightly decreased loft on the i530 and 1.32. So I would say actually on P790 wins very, very slightly on low strikes over i530, but they are so close. Again, both the heel and low is ridiculously close on how they both win or lose. It's such a marginal thing. If you go now, normal toe. It's just a normal toe shot for the P790. We've got 13mm toe, 13mm low, so 16mm gross. Face is 0 to a path, which is 0.6 me inside. So very 0-0 delivery and nearly 25 degrees of loft at 1.36. So losing around about 0.02, 0.03 from its absolute perfect from 16mm gross is very good. If you've got one here, 14mm toe, 3mm low, so 17mm gross. We have a face which is slightly closed and within 0.6 a degree of loft, so that will make a slight difference, but it's 1.37, so it is 0.01 off of max from 17mm off of middle. So I would say actually on balance from 1.36 to 1.37, and also that the P790 is coming from a slightly higher efficiency maxed out, that again the i530 wins slightly on toes. So I would say this as a conclusion when it comes to forgiveness: if you are looking for horizontal misses, left and right, not up and down, left and right, i530 fractionally is more forgiving than the P790. If you're looking for a vertical difference and you're someone who hits low on the face, then P790 will potentially win very slightly over i530, and it has to do with centre of gravity placements. It has to do with that tungsten in there as well. It's just difference in technology. But if you look at a raw performance, a P790 potentially will be able to give you a very fractionally faster face from the absolute middle, but we are talking very small amounts. The big difference I would see is how they both get there. I've matched the lofts on these, and so we're finding that if you match the lofts, that the i530 launches the golf ball slightly higher with slightly less spin. Again, if we are talking about not matching the lofts, these are slightly stronger, the i530 over P790. So the i530 for most golfers will actually go further, and it will go very similar heights to P790 as well. So there will be a win for the i530 in the distance wars over P790. You just have to be keeping an eye on the backspin rate when it comes to the i530. It's only 400 RPM difference between this and the P790. It's not a lot whatsoever, and this is with my delivery. People that deliver more spin because of how they open the face or they hit down more, etc., will see differences anyway. So you can just change your spin rate quite easy by changing your dynamics or changing a golf ball. So that's not necessarily any issue whatsoever. When it comes to feel, guys, I would say actually the i530 is a slightly quieter, thuddier hit, where the P790 is a bit more of a crisper click to it. Again, we are talking about subjectivity, and you guys down the lens will either like or dislike different things to different other people. That's the great thing with feel, it's all different. When it comes to looks, if you had to push me on it, actually I quite like the looks of the P790. It just looks a nicer blade shape, I would say. I don't like the stubby height between the toe section and the sole of the i530. It's a very silly thing. I mean, at the end of the day, it's subjectivity. It's what one person likes against what's another person. Ignore what I'm saying when it comes to that, because these are my own personal opinions. Performance wise, again, they are very, very close. It's just that slight difference when it comes to the i530, how it launches the golf ball and spins it. Again, you can get around that, and also it will go slightly further because it is also slightly stronger. So hope you liked the video. If you did, go on, thumbs up. YouTube likes, so do I. Down there is a subscribe button. It's the most important button. It's free, and I'd like it if you could do so. Thank you very much. And next to that is a bell icon. That's a notification bell. If you click that one, that will notify you next time I upload another video. So I hope you're well. We'll see you again soon.